Hello, ladies and gentlemen, angels, devils, and demon hunters. Welcome to a new playthrough on Agents of Chaos Gaming. As you can see on the screen, we're playing Devil May Cry. Or DmC Devil May Cry. Because repetitive titles.
Yes.
I don't know. Uh,
We gotta keep it consistent.
Sorry.
We gotta keep the titles consistent so we know what we're playing.
It's
What
so
are we
weird.
playing?
Anyway, as per usual for now, I'm the one with the controller, Crunch, and I've got QB and Scotty with me.
Hello.
Not in a million years.
Oh, yes, we will get to that. Oh, man.
No.
But yeah, for those of you who know this game, this is a very decisive little title in the franchise, just because of so much fun stuff, which we'll get into. And, I mean, just from that shot alone, that ought to tell you something. I don't know what, but it's saying something. Anyway. Wait, what did you say?
Oh my god. Alright, let's...
Dante's telling you where to suck it.
God damn it.
Considering it's this Dante, he would.
I should specify Dino.
By the way, I've never played any Devil May Cry, so this should be funny.
Yeah, Kiwi has zero exposure to the Devil May Cry franchise, and Scotty's has some exposure through DmC 5. I am the one that has played almost all of them, except for 1 and 2, because those ones are just... I mean, 2 is just a mess, and I don't really want to deal with that one. Maybe one of these days I'll do it as a stream playthrough or something, and then Devil May Cry 1, I'm kind of on. I've seen gameplay of it, and it's just... It's one of those things that looks like it would be very hard to go backwards to after playing all the newer ones. But anyway, so I'm going to be playing this on Devil Hunter difficulty, which is basically about normal. And I'm going to have hardcore mode on, which is an addition to this version of the game, which is the definitive edition. So this is going to be fun. And no, I don't need tutorials. I ain't no babby.
Now, I've not played this game in particular, but I am aware of the story behind it.
Oh yeah, no, the developmental history of this game is just... It is a thing to behold, to put it mildly.
I sometimes refer to this as Conker's bad third-day development style, where it's just decided, fuck it.
That's normal.
The Eye of Sauron. Ah! No.
Yes, by close of trading Friday.
When did they get a camera inside my bedroom?
No, you can't.
You just have a big glowing eyeball in your bedroom.
Why has the Kingpin got a portal to hell?
No, this is not a veiled threat. This is a direct one. Should you fail to comply, the collapse of the economy will be on your head. I will make sure that you are stripped of power, shamed, and hated.
Is that the female Joker?
Is that clear enough for you?
Ugh.
Yeah. Friday it is then. You have a good night, Mr. President.
How do you know I'm evil? I casually toss my phone aside.
What is that walk?
I know, right?
I will control the world through debt. I have absolute power.
The world is at last your bitch. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Oh wow, they really did cut that down.
A loose end.
A loose end? What?
The son of the traitor Sparta, Dante.
Yeah, I have something to say about that a bit later.
He's still out there.
The hunters will find him. They found Sparta and his whore. And when they do...
I will rip open his chest with my bare hands and feast on his beating heart.
Can you tell he's a villain?
He sounds pretty nice. I'd go for a drink with the guy.
Yeah, that sounds like one of the guys that runs my watch.
What am I looking at?
Ninja Theory being edgy.
You're looking at a discount Pantheon stocking cosplay.
Oh my god.
Oh
Hate
man.
that I see it. Hate that I see it.
Nothing left. Break my life is in. I've found some pieces, million reasons. Why should I keep myself away? Hard to define. It always says it's hard to scream with your throat.
There's a lot of interesting directions in this version of the franchise. There's all names that I don't know. Also, Ferris wheel. Rated by Ninja Theory, for better or worse. Yep, that's the thing. Also, yes, very astute game. The item finder helps you locate hidden things. You don't say. I love loading screens with useless tips. Also, hey look, pizza.
Hungry.
I actually had pizza for lunch before I started recording.
Citizens, we've been kept asleep in a manufactured illusion for too long. We must wake up.
Hey, it's a masked weirdo.
The masked lunatic you saw there claims to represent an organization called the Order. Now, this group has claimed responsibility for several serious attacks in recent weeks. He is undoubtedly a traitor and a terrorist. And I, for one, am not for the death penalty.
Nice back tattoo. Also, damn, those girls went hard.
One way to do it.
You can scratch his back up.
Illegally shoot the son of a bitch.
Really?
Call us.
Get out of there! You're in danger!
No, I just love 666 on the fucking pole.
Who are you? What do you want?
You were careless. You left a trail. Now he's on to you.
What are you talking about? Who's on to me?
A hunter demon. He's here.
Oh,
Dun.
really?
He's dragging you into limbo.
Demon scum.
It's too late. You're gonna have to fight your way out.
What else would I be doing?
Oh, you're useful.
We also have yet to answer the question of who the fuck are you?
Why are you not wearing pants?
Shit. Back in limbo. Bad day for a hangover.
Also a bad day to hang out with your wang.
Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer.
Say what you will about this game. At least when they get into weird nonsense like this, it's still kind of entertaining to watch. Also, I do love how, like, this game has this little sequence and then DmC 5 has something similar to it.
Missed.
does love to do that bit where anytime a new enemy type shows up, it'll actually like show up its name.
You wanna fight? Let's go.
So yeah, these are lesser Stygians, as that thing said, and they are more or less your basic enemy for the majority of the game.
Other than the moves.
Pretty much, yeah. So anyway, right now we only have access to one weapon, which is our sword, and our moveset's actually pretty limited at the moment. So one thing that's very different about this game compared to the way that the other DmC games handle is the way that the weapons are controlled. In the regular time, in the main DmC games, also, yeah, you get white orbs, which lets you get upgrades. It's an interesting little system. But, as I was saying, so the way that Dante handles in the main game, and red orbs are also money, is that his attacks will change depending on how you're pushing the control stick.
Dante!
So, like, if you're doing something pushing forward while attacking, he does like a forward lunge and whatnot. And then he'll do different things if you like flick back on the stick, and also if you're not like moving the stick at all, his attacks change up. In this game, not so much. It's more a just normal comboing system. There's no directional inputs in this, which I know a lot of people were kind of iffy about. And it does change up one very specific move that Dante in the normal game has, which has been relegated to its own button here, so I'll show off when we get back into combat. Oh yeah, one nice thing about this double jump right out the gate.
Ebony, Ivory, I miss you girls.
I really actually like the way Dante's done look in this game. They have like a unique flair to them as opposed to being more or less modified Eagles.
Target practice. Right on cue.
Yep, so now we have handguns, and while you can use them to like do a lot of, or to kill off enemies, especially on the low difficulties, you're not really missing. The way that the guns have always worked in this franchise, and also still work even in this game, is more or less just as a combo extender. Because one of the attacks, which I don't have right now, but some of the attacks will like throw enemies really far away, and so you want to like shoot at them just to like try and keep the combo going while you move in to get back in their face. Anyway, so the thing I was talking about earlier that got relegated to its own button is the launcher. Normally in the other main game, you have to like attack while holding back on the stick to throw enemies into the air, but for this game they made it its own button instead. So it's a little bit simpler, but it still works. Yeah, honestly, like, as weird as the thing to say as it is, if anyone was like brand new getting into DmC, like just the franchise as a whole, I would actually recommend checking this one out first, just because the controls are a little bit easier to get used to.
You're in limbo.
How come I can see you clearly?
I'm a medium, a psychic. I can phase into limbo and communicate with you. I can see you, talk to you, but I'm not actually in limbo with you.
If I pull the trigger?
I'll die. I'm risking my life here for you. I want to help.
I don't need your help.
The hunter has dragged you into limbo. I can get you out.
I've been down here before. I know how to get out. You fight whatever shit-sucking demon dragged you in here.
You don't want to fight the hunter. He's not your regular demon. Follow me, now.
Yes, we don't want to fight the big monster that's throwing its claw around at us. So that's exactly what we're going to end up doing. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, now we have a free moment, we can actually look around, and just
this
murder
place
the spiders.
looks fun. This place looks fun.
Yeah, this is something which a lot of people have complimented this game for, and I also share in that sentiment. When you're in Limbo, like, it twists reality all around you. Like, to the normal world, this is just a regular old pier. Like, here's just a hot dog. Like, this would just be a food truck. But here in Limbo, everything is, like, super whacked out of its mind, and also, you know, subliminal messaging, all that fun stuff.
Reminds me of what I was dreaming about last night after all the alcohol I consumed.
Also, I totally have never actually looked inside of this food truck before. One of the options is a face meat double.
Gluttony is good.
And also rage meat deluxe. What the hell? Also, yeah, totally go spend your money. Fries.
Those sound like, judging from those names, they sound like big jokes.
Where'd she go?
Anyway, so this game has a few different types of collectibles that you can get your hands on. This is one of them, and I'm not going to be looking for all of these during video because, frankly, some of these are hidden in some very annoying places. This is a lost soul. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be exactly, other than, I guess, a soul that got lost here. But, just do this. Yep, soul's trapped in Limbo. And essentially they just give you some red orbs. They don't really do much else, sadly. And finding them all does not give you anything other than an achievement. It does help with, like, mission rankings that later on, but it doesn't really mean it as much until you have, like, all of them, and I'll explain that later. Also, here's another staple to the franchise, a small vital star. You can use them to refill some of your health, because you can pull up this menu, and as you can see, there's a few different types of stars. However, in Devil May Cry tradition, which is actually kind of nice that they kept it for this one, using items dips on your end game ranking. So if you want to go for your higher ranks, you don't want to do that. And also
That's
over here,
nice art.
Yeah, that big, beautiful, ugly face.
Yeah, you want to wake up and see that.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of cool seeing that vending machine kind of just crush.
Yeah, that is, like, nice how, like, things twist and whatnot around you. Anyway, this little item... Huh?
Why is that a keyblade?
Well, that's not what that is, but it is a key, though.
It's a key that opens something very specific.
Actually, yes, it does. It opens doors that are hidden within some of these levels, and the doors lead to secret missions, which, when you complete them, will give you a part of a health upgrade item.
I love to death was written on the floor.
Yep. Yeah, and actually, something fun with this thing, that you can actually flick them up into it, and it counts as an environmental kill. And there is actually an achievement for doing that with, like, a certain number of them. I've already done it, so I'm not going to bother with that. And actually, I don't know why the thing on the sides are popping up. Those are for basically achievement tracking, but I've already done most of them in this game. So the ones that would show up there don't really need to be doing that. Kind of weird, but whatever. And also, if you do, you can't actually get hit by that thing if you jump into it at the wrong spot. So, you know, don't do that. That's bad.
I'm guessing you're not going to go for style points, you're just going to use hack and slash.
Well, the problem with trying to go for style points in this game, at least right now, is that you don't, and this is actually the thing in, like, most of the DmC games, is that you don't really have enough moves and other such to really, like, do high style levels. And this little item here is a gold orb, which is basically like an extra life. If you die in the level, you can burn it to resurrect on the spot, but that also counts as item use, and thus will tank your end level ranking. And another vital star over there. But no, what I was saying about this whole style point thing is that so when you first start out in any of these games, your arsenal really is not, like, equipped to try and, like, get super stylish. So this is very much one of those games where you come back, you play through the levels again to try and get better ranks, and especially with this one because of one of the modifiers for your end score. Anyway, this is the divinity statue, as it says on the screen. These are more or less the in-game shop. You can pop by here whenever you see one to buy upgrades and other things mid-level. As you can see here, Dante has a lot of things just even right now. There's a lot of stuff that I just cannot access, and even later on, more stuff will unlock. So they expect you to play through this a lot just to be able to get everything. And there's even an achievement for doing it. So this move that I'm going to go for is called Stinger. And it is one of the this is one of the mainstays of the franchise because of what it does. Which you could see in that preview window, but I'll show it off on how the target sees it on.
Is that my coat? How did it get up there?
So back to Limbo, so since he destroyed that Ferris wheel there, did that get destroyed in the real world yet?
I mean,
that answers my question.
There's your answer.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, shit that happens in Limbo does affect what goes on in the real world to a degree. It depends on what degree it is. Anyway, this is that's Stinger, that lunging attack, and that also ties into one of the points of contention that this game had when it first came out, which is that when this game first came out back in 2013, it did not have a lock-on function. So you cannot, which is something that all the other DmC games have, which will let you, see your enemy health meters, and it also would be required for, modifying certain movesets. But this game originally didn't have it. It does now, thanks to being in the Definitive Edition. However, I'm kind of two minds on having it in this version, just because, well, one, I've been playing a lot of the original version, and I've gotten used to playing it without that. And on top of that, though, it doesn't feel as comfortable as it needs to do, for a couple of reasons. Well, and two of those reasons in particular involve some later items that we'll get our hands on. But trying to use the lock-on with one of them in particular is kind of annoying. And I'll get more into that when we actually obtain said item.
Get lost. Oh shit!
Yes, I did know that was coming, so preemptive. Also, yeah, you think these freaky horror houses look bad in real life? God, look at these things in Limbo. Yeesh. Anyway, here's one of the other collectible types. Actually, I think this is technically the last one. These are the doors that the keys go to, which unlock secret missions. And I'll basically go ahead and show off what one of these is like right now. So I believe this is one of the easiest ones, because it's the first one. Yes. So basically this one just requires you to kill everything while it's in the air. So essentially, throw them up and slap them around. This is where the launcher comes into play. And actually, this Devil May Cry, out of probably all of them, this is probably the most aerial base that exists. Because of just how much time you can spend in the air. There's a couple of things you get later on where once you get good with it, you can stay in the air for ever. It's ridiculous. Which some of the other DMCs do have some pretty good aerial combat, but this one really puts an emphasis on it to some degree. Anyway, you clear the secret mission, you get one of these guys, which is part of a health upgrade. In the other games, it would actually be a fragment of a blue orb, but for this one, they decided to make it a cross thing. I don't know why. It's weird.
Symbolism.
Yeah, I guess. And one nice thing about the secret missions for this is that when you unlock them, you don't actually have to do them right away. You can actually, there's a option on the main menu for doing them, so if you wanted to, you could like go through, find them all, and just power blast through them. There is one in particular that is kind of a bitch, and it makes sense to be because it is actually the hardest one in the game, but it's still annoying. That one, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull that one off on camera, but we'll either make that like a side video and just see what happens with it, I guess. Depends on how long it actually takes me to do. Anyway, that's a door we can't go through yet. Gee. Oh, that's just freaky. Yeah, one thing that this game definitely has a lot of that the others don't is this one has a lot more backtracking, I guess you could say. And more so, it's like backtracking to try and find some of the collectibles that are like lying around, because yeah, as you saw earlier, there's a door I can't go through yet. And then sometimes they'll just throw some collectibles right in your face, like that.
Exit. Good.
Also, I like this room. This room looks really cool.
Not good. Yeah, whatever.
Me to a lot of things in life. Yeah, whatever. Whack. Whee! That is actually a pretty clever little hint of, hey, don't touch the gears. But yeah, the gears in here will hurt.
Another grind mag
Yeah, the one thing I haven't pointed out yet is that a lot of the enemies in this, and you can really see it with the little guys here, is that a lot of them like to telegraph their moves. So like there'll be some where like they'll hold their hand up behind them and it'll be like glowing, like that one was there before I hit them. And if you get used to knowing what the enemy tells are, you can easily work around some of them. It's actually really useful for one of the mechanics that we get later on. And I'll explain why that is when we get there. Maybe jumping. And it is really nice to have double jump from the beginning. Because normally that's a move you actually have to unlock. Also this.
Oh god.
Not in a million years.
You said the thing!
I'm sorry, I can just hear screams of anger from somewhere.
Yeah, to put it mildly, that little scene stirred up a lot of ire with the fan base.
Would that annoy people?
Yeah. And the reason for that being, is for those who aren't familiar, is Dante in the main franchise has white hair. A lot of people immediately translated that as a dig at the old design for Dante, saying like, haha, ours is better, or whatever. However, after watching a certain video that Foxcade did, he actually like had his own interpretation of that sequence, which I actually kind of agree with. But bring up why is a little bit of a spoiler, so bring that up later. Also, I like how she can molly from the other side of reality.
You threw a Molotov, now you can fight him.
Hunters are brutal fighters.
So am I.
Awkward loading spot there.
Energy. Look how his head rattles around when you shoot it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is part of what I was talking about when I said like this game has a lot of aerial focused combat because you can do stuff like that.
Oh, you feel it now, don't you?
Yeah. If I had some of the other stuff that you can get later on, I could finish this off so much faster, but unfortunately, you know, I only do this so much. But yeah, this is the first boss. He's pretty damn easy. There's like not much to him, really. He'll try to swipe at you with his knife, and then he'll also do this, where he basically turns his knife into a boomerang. I thought I had to dodge him, but I guess not.
I like the lady hyping this monster up.
Oh yeah, cat. Yeah, when you're playing through this, pretty much you just want to go for shooting in the face. You can't get up in
Stop
his face
doing
too,
that.
but it's harder to dodge his knife that way. As they like get whacked by it.
Stop doing that, my head.
It is kind of funny how it's like head animates. Railing on him.
Does it hurt?
I would hope so. It's a knife in his head. Or a blade like slamming him in the face. I would hope that would hurt. And then sometimes he'll jump up and do this.
Now use your gun. Shoot him down.
I'm actually gonna let him show off what he does. He basically throws his claw on the ground and tries to grab you.
That's it.
Not exactly hard to dodge. And then he gets knocked over, takes a nap, and he's just snapping. Come on. And he's done. That's the first boss of the game.
Game over. Son of who? Or mother. I don't know my mother, but if you're calling me a son of a bitch, you wouldn't be the first.
Ouch.
My mother. I barely remember her.
And yeah, to say the least, we've kind of made a mess of this place.
Guess I was there.
Damn.
Plus the monkey.
Monkey.
You guys are your monkeys.
Sorry, we saw the Beast Titan and now we can't stop.
Noticed.
Are you okay, Dante?
How do you know my name?
We show Scotty bloody Beast Titan and this is what it results in.
I helped you back there.
I didn't ask for your help.
Didn't ask for it, you still got it. I find it kind of interesting how he has a
We know all about
British
you, Dante.
flag patch on his
I'm with an
coat.
organization called the Order.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Something to do with that masked freak on the net?
That's my boss.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
I just love the massive building, the massive structure, and everyone's like,
Police are asking the public to remain vigilant. Further terrorist attacks could take place anywhere, anytime, and when you least expect them.
We have your scent, son of Sparta. Now it is just a matter of time.
he seems fun still.
Yeah. Also, I realized I completely forgot to follow up on the first cutscene where I said there was something about that was a little wacky. So, in the original version of that game, there's actually a longer line of dialogue that she has in that scene, because she starts saying that whole thing about, like, the world is at last your bitch, and then it cuts off. There's actually a longer line to that in the original, but it's honestly really, like, fucking stupid. So It's kind of funny how they actually like cut it off there. I think it was like the full line was something like, "The world's at last, your bitch. Now, as am I." And then something
What?
about bending it over and fucking it from behind and then he like cuts her off. It's so stupid.
Okay.
It's a really dumb scene, and honestly, it's dumb dialogue. That's one thing that this game unfortunately has is a lot of very stupid dialogue.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, to put it mildly. Anyway, before we cut off the episode here, this is the end screen for missions. Basically, this is where you see all of your scoring stuff. And this is why I said I'm not going to try and go for high scoring on the first go around because of the fact that, as I said, I don't have the arsenal that I need to try and do a lot of the higher scoring strats that you can do to up your score. Also, time is always a factor. The slower you do these levels, the lower your score modifier will be. So, like, once you actually know like how to move through these really quickly, you can get some pretty high points on it. But the other thing that's a major factor is completion ranking. Because if you have 100% completion, you always have a, like, I think it's a triple S modifier to your score, which is like ×7 or ×8 to whatever it is. So to get the really high rankings, you have to have the full level completed, and obviously I'm missing some stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to be like trying to go too score crazy on this. More or less, we're just doing a very much casual style playthrough. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to pick up whatever I happen to come across, because there are some things that you cannot get without later items, and like maybe later on I'm going to do some cleanup or something before like a couple of the last levels. As far as the secret mission goes, because some of those are fun to like do. I'm either gonna tackle some of them as they come, depending on which ones they are, or I will basically play all of them as a separate video, and then it'll just be like its own thing. And there is, as I said in the episode, there is one in particular that is very, very nasty, and that one might just end up being its own thing. Depends on how long it takes me to beat it. I don't know, but we'll find out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is episode 1 of a very lengthy series, because, well, actually, this won't be that long. It's 20 missions, so, and the last 2 are actually kind of short, so those will probably get coupled together. But anyways, see you guys next time for more Adventures in Limbo with Dante.
Ciao.